play Smith not worried about comparisons to Cousins. 215 Alex Smith shares his perception of Redskins fans, his evolution as a quarterback and how in the end it will all come down to winning. 2-151, 50 PMBSTTHE gushing for quarterback Alex Smith by his old coach seemed genuine, which begged the question, why did the Kansas City Chiefs trade him in the first place? Andy Reid, after extolling Smith's smarts and qualities, provided that answer to a question by Craig Hoffman of 106.7 The Fan in 2 words: salary cap. The Chiefs currently have $3 million in available cap space. Smith would have taken up $17 million this, which, had he stayed, would have been the final year of his deal. He also turns 34 in May. I'm not going to tell you we're in the greatest cap situation in the world, Reid said. We made some moves that fit into that. The Chiefs also drafted his replacement, Patrick Mahomes, in the first round last spring. That, of course, expedited the move too. Andy Reid remains a big fan of Alex Smith and said he wanted to match him with Redskins coach Jay Gruden. App photo, Gail Bertonat said, Reid remains a big fan of Smith and praised him repeatedly to various Washington area media during the NFL meetings in Orlando, Florida. A lot of what he said has also been echoed by others around the NFL, whether by reporters or those who have played with him or scouted him, when it comes to Smith's intelligence and his overall game. Reid also said one reason he traded Smith to Washington was because of Coach Jay Gruden's offense. Smith produced for Reid during their 5 years together. The Chiefs went 50-26 during their tenure. They had a strong defense in 4 of these. Last, minus a top 10 scoring defense for the first time with Kansas City. Smith threw for 4,042 yards, 26 touchdowns and 5 interceptions as the Chiefs won the AFC West before losing in the first round of the playoffs. It's no wonder Reid would praise him. He's highly intelligent, Reid said. He's very competitive and very tough, physically and mentally. He's seen everything. He's had a lot of different coordinators, so he's experienced a lot of different offenses. There's still room to grow, and he's wired that way to where he wants to get better every day. You'll love that part of him. He's unbelievably easy to coach. I've told Patrick Mahomes that he could have bought Alex a castle and that wasn't enough to just be in that room with him. These are the qualities that drew the Washington Redskins to Smith when eyeing Kirk Cousins' replacement. Redskins coach Jay Gruden also liked how he could expand the offense because of Smith's mobility. But Reid mentioned other areas of his game aside from his feet. He kept coming back to Smith's intelligence. For the Redskins, they also like how Smith will just be a quarterback. There won't be any fancy sayings in the locker room or questions about how well liked the guys or if he wants to be here. All of those questions trailed Robert Griffin III and Cousins for most of the last 6 years. The Chiefs received a good deal for him, a third-round pick plus a starting corner in Kendall Fuller. That can't be understated. But Reid said he wanted to pair Smith with Gruden if possible. There were 5 other teams interested in trading for Smith. Out of all the teams we were talking to, that was a great match for him, Reid said. I felt like I owed that to him for what he did for us. He was phenomenal for the Chiefs. He and Jay will hit it off. I have a lot of respect for Jay as an offensive coach. Part of this was to get to him someplace where he could win and be with a good offensive mind. At the same time, it helps us out getting Fuller. This was one of those deals that is really good for both sides. It extends beyond just Smith's physical talent. The players will appreciate his leadership ability and his consistency, Reid said. His ability to change things at the line is phenomenal. You won't run out of gigabytes with him. His capacity to learn and function at a high rate is second to none. Reid also said Smith's short and intermediate game is phenomenal. Last, Smith ranked 8th in the NFL in completing 50% of his passes that traveled between 15 and 30 yards, according to ESPN stats information. His passer rating on such throws 114.8 was 5th best. For comparison's sake, Cousins was 10th in passer rating and 21st in completion percentage in this category. On throws up to 50 yards, Smith ranked 7th in completion percentage and 13th in passer rating. Cousins was 9th and 12th, respectively. In most categories, the pattern was this: Cousins would throw more two-count passes, Smith would throw fewer interceptions, and on throws of 30 yards or more, Smith ranked first in completion percentage as well as passer rating, 17 of 30 with 9 two-counts and no interceptions, and 4th in attempts. We're talking about the number 1 ranked quarterback coming out this year, Reid said of Smith. I don't think he's hit the ceiling yet.